Looking back, I have regrets. I was 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Yes. So it was quite early for me. Today, you'd see me in formal circles, but I didn't start from a formal platform. When I was young, I used to help my auntie. She had a salon, and she also had a wig shop, and then she was into production of cosmetics.
Okay.
So I think when I was in JSS, which is JHS now, I used to go to her to help her in the shop. And then when I got to secondary school, it became an automatic vacation place that I was. The shop was at Makola. Yeah, so I was exposed to a lot of things happening within the informal space, and I learned a lot from there.
So what age are we talking about? Jesus. So that's 15, 16.
With my auntie, sure, yes, I was 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Yes. So it was quite early for me, and I didn't understand what I was doing then.
Welcome to the Red Podcast, Real Life Executive Diaries, a CEBS Alumni Ghana podcast. Today, I am joined by Ofosua Amagyei. This is the first time I'm hearing this name. How do you say it? Amagyei.
All of them.
All of them. Okay, so which one are we going with? Amagyei. Hey, let me be a
It depends on who you're calling. If you're calling me, you say Amagyei.
Amagyei.
But if you're referring to the firm, it's Amagyei.
Leadership is measured not simply by expertise, but by the ability to turn vision into execution, institution into legacies, and ideas into lasting impacts. Our guest today has built a career doing exactly just that. Ofosua Amagyei is a barrister-at-law and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Ghana, founder and managing attorney of Amagyei and a CEBS alumna. With more than 13 years of post-call experience, she has built an impressive career spanning corporate and commercial law, project finance, mining, infrastructure, governance, board leadership, and public interest litigation. She is also a chartered professional administrator, a chartered management consultant, FIDIC certified in construction contracts, and a notary public, credentials that reflect the breadth of her professional expertise. Beyond her legal practice, Ofosua has distinguished herself in the boardroom. She is the chairperson of Bulk Global Development Limited, serves on the executive board of FIDA Ghana, and was the board member of State Housing Company Limited, where she chaired the Legal and Human Resource Committee and served on the Finance Committee, contributing to governance, legal risk, human capital, and financial oversight. She is equally committed to social impact as the founder of Amagyei Foundation, supporting women, young people, and underserved communities through vocational training, education, legal aid, and enterprise development. With some executive education from CEBS, Harvard Business School, and IESE Business School, Ofosua brings together legal expertise, strategic leadership, and a deep commitment to execution. It is a privilege to welcome to Red Real Life Executive Diaries, Ofosua Amagyei.
Ofosua, it's such a pleasure to have you on
Thank
the
you,
Red
Dido.
Podcast. And I love what you're wearing. Red.
Thank you.
So on brand. So on brand. Okay, so let me start with this. Ofosua, you come across as very composed, precise, soft. But when we read your profile, it's like you're a mover and a shaker and you've done all these amazing things. I'm like, how does this, I mean, just because of how you appear, I could even call you tiny. How does this tiny woman do all these things? And she looks, you're so unassuming, like quiet. So how do you even manage people Like that's what comes to mind when I look at you. When I read your CV, I'm like, wow, what a powerhouse.
Yeah, Dido, you're not the first to say this. And sometimes I look at myself and I don't even know whether it's me. When I put together the profile, I looked at it again over and over, and Dido, what you're asking me, I also asked myself. I don't think I have answers yet.
Okay.
I'm a woman, I think I'm still becoming.
Right.
So this is just the
A
early
tip of the
stages.
iceberg. Oh my God.
So I haven't even started
Oh
yet.
my God. But that actually tells me a lot, because when you see someone who has done this, for me, it means that there's a lot in the foundation, because you are so grounded, you know what you're doing. And so, as much as you may look like you're a softie, you have so much grounding that you have been able to do all the things that you have done. So, what would you say is the thing that kept you grounded for you to do all the things? I mean, we're going to talk about the things you have done, but
Okay.
what is your base? What kept you so grounded that you were able to build such a strong foundation and now be able to do all that you do?
Okay. So Dido, today you would see me in formal circles, but I didn't start from a formal platform. When I was young, I used to help my auntie. She had a salon and she also had a wig shop, and then she was into production of cosmetics.
Okay.
So I think when I was in JSS, which is JHS now, I used to go to her to help her in the shop. And then when I got to secondary school, it became an automatic vacation place that I was. The shop was at Makola. So
That's where the money
so
is.
that's the
I
heart of
wish I can go
business.
to Makola. That's where the money is.
So I learned the life of Makola before I went to the
The
second
real,
one.
the second Makola we'll be talking about. Okay.
No,
I like
so
that.
no. So I went to the proper
The proper
Makola.
Makola.
Before I
Before
went to
the fine Makola.
the fine Makola. Yeah, so I was exposed to a lot of things happening within the informal space, and I learned a lot from there. And my parents also had a construction company, Real Estate Limited, Good News Real Estate Limited. And when I was in the university, I used to help my mom and my dad run the company.
So what age are we talking about? JSS. So that's like
So
15, 16.
with my auntie, sure, yes, I was 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Yes. So it was quite early for me. And I didn't understand what I was doing then. Looking back, I have regrets.
Why?
Because
You would have taken it more seriously.
yes, I would have taken it more seriously. And I don't know. I always had in at the back of my mind, I want to do formal work. So I didn't see myself as somebody, selling at Mokola.
So guys, like you're just having fun or helping.
Yeah, I was just helping my auntie, and when I go and help her and I'm going back to school, she'll buy me all the goodies. So
Okay. Definitely, that's help that that you would always give.
yes, and then we sit at the shop, and sometimes the hawkers are passing. They come around with shoes, and she asks, "Oh, mommy, do you care for?" I said, "Oh, yes, I want." So so it was a way. It wasn't a paid work, of course. It wasn't a paid work. It was just something I was just doing to help her.
And it filled the gap nicely for you. I'm
It did.
guessing.
It did, because I learned a lot. You have to wake up very early in the morning so that you'll be able to beat traffic and get there, organize the space and put things where they're supposed to be. I think I learned a lot from her.
Right.
One thing I learned was sometimes people would come. So what she does is she realized that when she hangs the wigs, when people come, they don't see the beauty, they don't buy.
Okay.
So she rather put it on.
Wear it.
So when you come, sometimes it's just one that she has. So when you come and you would say you want it, she'll tell you, oh, really? Then come back tomorrow. Because that's what she has on. She has to go remove it and then sell it to you. And then sometimes people come around and they say, oh, have you restocked your space? Then she says, oh, come next week. We are going to restock. Maybe there's no stock coming in. So what she's going to do is just move this wig from shelf A to shelf B, move shelf B to this, just do the changing, just move things around. People come and they are wild. Oh, but yesterday I came and this place was not like this. Oh, you've brought new things. And we said, yes, we've brought, but those were the very things that people saw.
This is like retail 101. And it's something that, I mean, I'm also in the retail business, so I think it's so important, like moving things around, because when I enter and I always see this here, in my mind it's the same things all over. But the moment you shift things, everything shifts. So if you have a retail business and you're watching, pick this tip. Make sure that every week you're changing your shop front, you're changing how things are arranged, and because you most likely have the same people coming in over and over again, and they would feel the freshness in the store.
And
Thank
you
you
know
so
what?
much
Let
for
me
that
add
tip.
this.
Oh, please
My
add.
auntie, every time she's coming, she's either come with a carpenter. She always had an artisan with her because she's either going to move this mirror from this wall to position at another place, move a shelf. She was always moving things around.
Right.
She was always moving things around, and it kept the business very much alive.
So everybody thinks there's always
There's always-
something new. So you have to go, otherwise you're not the one going to get it. I love that. So we've talked about all these things. I mean, helping your auntie, helping your parents' business as well. What would you say? I mean, you've mentioned some of the things that you learned from your auntie, but at the core and looking at what you're doing right now, which we haven't talked about, but are there lessons from those spaces that you think have been very relevant to you right now?
Yes,
Because in terms of moving things around, what was the lesson in there for you? Because you're not in retail. So what are the lessons from the various businesses?
Okay. So if you come to my office, obviously you won't find a particular thing positioned at one spot for so long. Sometimes I move around the coffee table. I move around.
You do that. Okay, that's interesting. That makes you an outlier sort of, because for most offices, like a law firm, when you go there, couch this that is always the same unless they're changing fresh flowers.
No, so I'm not really bringing in anything new. It's still the same thing that
You move it.
I'm
around.
just, it can just be
Nice
just a
tip.
little thing, just moving the calendar
Nice
to a
tip.
spot, moving a vase to another place, and that's
See?
it. Yeah.
We've not gone far at all, but Ofosua is dropping so much gems. So if you're listening, if you have a business or if you work within a business, please tune in, take your notebook and make sure that you're putting down all the notes that will make money for your business. Right. So when you look back, would you say that you had, because from the conversation we're having, you started doing this at the age of 11, 12. You had that interest. Do you think that instinctively you were born entrepreneurial?
Dedo, like I told you, I was doing it, but I had a different mindset. I didn't see myself as somebody working at Mokola. I wanted to be a journalist
Okay.
or a model
Okay, model.
or a
Yes.
lawyer.
Okay.
For a lawyer, I didn't really have a reason. But for journalists, I love to watch, when I watch TV and I see the newscasters, I see people interviewing people like you're doing, like you're doing now. I get amazed. And when I also watch TV and I see fashion shows and people sashaying on the runways, I get so swayed.
Okay.
So despite my height,
You still, is it still on the table? Are we still looking at? So let's look for maybe.
I wanted to be a model.
Okay, I know
Yes.
someone who can put you on his runway. AOD, if you're watching, please, we have a model for you.
But that changed.
Well.
That changed. That changed, and it's quite interesting. So, I went to St. Mary's Senior High School, Mary's. So I'm a proud Smogan.
Okay, Smogans, take your flowers.
I'm a proud Smogan. So I read literature and English as my elective course. So one day we were to go to there's a theater on the high street around Art Center. So we went there to go and see a play. Our Husband Has Gone Mad Again by Olarutimi. So when on our way, we're using the mummy track, the wooden chololi.
Oh, okay. That's the word, right? Chololi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as typical students, we're just hailing, playing in the car. When we see a beautiful car, we would wave, and we're just singing along. Then we got to a place, and I saw this beautiful lady. She was in a black suit. She was wearing a robe, black robe,
Okay.
and was now putting on
Her gray hair.
I looked at her, and when we saw her, they were giving her, but I looked at her differently. I just looked at her, and that moment, I told myself, I'm going to be a lawyer.
Okay.
So that was the day I said goodbye to journalism.
Hey, that was quick.
To modeling.
Okay.
So my interest in law, that is how
It was
I
just by seeing.
yes, just by
you
seeing.
admire.
But remember that I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I didn't really have a reason. But seeing her, how composed she was, it's like, no, this looks very noble. And I would love, and she was very young.
Okay.
She was very young. So fast forward, I become a lawyer. And sometimes you go to court and you have to park on the shoulder of the road. So when I park on the shoulder of the road and I need to cross, I have my gown with me and my wig. I don't joke with my steps. I move with safety because
Right now you're the model lawyer.
I may never know which student is on the bus
I like
watching me, and may just by seeing me would want to be like me. Because I became a lawyer just because I saw somebody by the roadside. I never met her. She never had any opportunity to speak to me. I don't know her name. I never saw her. But she's made such a big impact on my life. So whoever you are, God bless you.
I like that. And this tells us that whatever you're doing, how you carry yourself matters, because people are watching from all angles. And so you are either blessing people or you're cursing people, or you are either impacting people positively or negatively. So we should actually be conscious, because just by someone walking, and I like the fact that
She was just standing.
she was standing. But you make sure that your steps and everything are very attractive to anybody who.
So maybe I'm practicing the modeling then.
I know, right? I like that. So when you started law, did you think that, yeah, this is what I really wanted to do? Or, hey, this thing is difficult. What did you? I mean, there's one thing admiring somebody, and then there's one thing actually stepping into the role and having to learn. Did you think that, I made the right decision, or, oh no, why did I decide to do this law?
Okay.
How did it feel?
When I started, the first few days, I think I was disappointed.
Why?
I was disappointed because you go to court and cases are adjourned for reason because somebody's absent. So I used to really get, should I say, upset. So I remember I used to complain to my senior then when I was doing pupillage. Whenever we go to court and we come out, go like, oh, senior crap, today the case has been adjourned again. We didn't do anything. Can you imagine? Then he sat me down and said, you know what? See law as your profession. This is what you're going to be doing. So remove emotions from it. When you go to court and it's adjourned, take it like that. Don't be so emotional, because I used to be so emotional, like feeling the pains of
the people.
If I do that, I'll break down because I have many, many years ahead of me. And sometimes the adjournments are not for any bad reason. Sometimes it's very necessary. So I should relax. And I think that advice really helped me. From that day, I started, checking my emotions with respect to certain things. So then I think I started liking the practice.
Okay. So the study, did you like the study when you were in school?
The study,
The second Mokola.
the second worker, I think I did.
You did.
When you enter that premises, there's no noise on the compound. I don't know how that happens. When you enter the premises, it's a different...
the Mokola noise.
The is not there.
Wow.
The Mokola is not there. You don't hear noise. You don't hear
All the
hooting.
car honking.
You don't hear anything. You don't hear anything. And when we're there, the classrooms too were very nice. They were very beautiful. They were very nice. We had nice, good tables. I don't know about now, but when we're there, when I went there, I was very impressed the first time I got there.
Okay, so what would you say to anyone who's thinking law? Should they pursue it or not?
Okay. If you're thinking law is a very beautiful profession, and there are different wings to it. So you may not want to be a lawyer going to court every day. You can go to corporate, be a corporate lawyer. You can work for the Attorney General. You can be in private practice like I am. You can go into academia. So the options
There are lots of
are
options. You don't necessarily have to go to court.
You don't necessarily have to. And you may not even need to even practice as a lawyer. Just having that knowledge helps you in your day-to-day transactions, at least. You pay attention to details more. When you're signing a document, you are careful. When you're speaking to people and they are making promises, you think about it differently. So it's a good profession. It's a noble profession.
Okay.
It is the noble profession, like the former Chief Justice said. I agree with her. Okay. So everybody.
Okay, great. So if law is on your heart, do it. I've always thought that it's too much reading and it will be boring, and that's my thinking with law.
No, it's not. Anyway, I loved to read.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Because
I love to have that creative side of creative writing. Where did that come from?
Okay, so when I was in, I think, class 5, my mom started buying me literature books. I didn't like them. Because people were reading when you go to people were reading the Ladybird books. But she started buying me those big books. So in class 5, I read Mind Boy. It's a South African book. I've forgotten the name of the writer. I read Things Fall Apart.
Okay.
In class 5.
Okay.
So then on and on and on. Yeah, so I went to the secondary school. I did literature and English.
Okay.
Then I went
so
to the
then
university.
It builds your interest.
Yes, and then I went to the university and I did English. Okay. In fact, before I went there, I wanted to go and read law, but at the time, law was a postgraduate course.
Okay.
So I needed to have a first degree before I now go back to do another first degree in law before I do the Mokola. Yes. So I had to go through that route.
One of the things, I mean, looking at your CV, I see, I mean, you've worked through different places. I see GCB, I've seen other law firms that you've worked with. And what I see is that your work like often takes you into high profile rooms where there's conversations around money, around power. There's a lot of risk in those conversations. So it would take a lot to be in such a room because you have to be trusted. So what would you say it takes to become someone that is trusted so that you are allowed to be in those rooms that you find yourself in?
I think when people see that you're matured, you know what to say, when to say what, and how to say it, they feel comfortable to have you around them. So, and as a lawyer, I've been trained to be ethical. Confidentiality is very, very key. So it's something that I do not joke with. So I think maybe I don't know how I carry myself, but I think that also played a role. People just felt comfortable and trusting.
Just to put
Some
this in
okay.
perspective, how long have you been a lawyer?
Okay, so I've done 13
13
plus.
years. Okay. Right. And so in those 13 years, what was it like? Did you, after your pupillage, that's what you call
Yeah.
it, then what happened?
Okay, so after my pupillage, I did my pupillage at Brookman East and Associates. So afterwards, I stayed on for about a year, and then I moved on to Amping Chambers. So that is where I would say I spent most of my years.
Formative years.
I was there for almost a decade. So I learned a lot there, and my boss had a lot of confidence in me. So he entrusted a lot in me at a very young age. When I was so young at the bar, he he gave me the firm. I was the one running the firm, the human capital, everything in the firm.
Could it be Mokola? The real Mokola? The real Mokola spirits that endeared you to.
So he had some national assignments, so he took some leave of absence. So for about 8 years, he was not around, and I had to hold the fort for him. So,
and how did you do? How would you say?
I know he's proud of me.
Amazing. That's amazing. So then how did Amagyei, did I say it right?
Yes.
How did Amagyei Amagyei come about? And Amagyei is your law firm.
Yes.
Your law firm,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so they do, like I said, I have worked in other spaces. I have learned a lot, not just the legal practice, but people management, accounting, branding, and everything that has to do with the business side of law. So I got to a point where I realized it's time for me to explore some other interests that I have. Like I told you, I love writing. I love theater arts. There's so many things I love: interior decor and designs. So at a point, I realized that I needed to have control over my time. And when you are on your own, you're able to, manage your space and manage your time the way
that you want.
that would fit within your culture. Yeah. So you get to a point where sometimes doing certain things under somebody's umbrella becomes a bit difficult, maybe. opportunities for some higher learning, certain things that you would want to do outside of law. Time may not allow you to do it while still being under a certain structure. So if you to put it simply, my moving on to set up Amagyei was just self-inspired. I did it for me. I did it so that I'll be able to do other things that I have always wanted to do.
Okay.
And serve clients the way I would.
One of the things that is also clear in your profile is the fact that, like, you are an executor. You say you're going to do this, you're doing it. I mean, like you said, at a young age, a law firm was handed over to you. Nobody will give their law firm to a young lady just because. So for them to have done that to you is because you have shown that you can execute. So, and I think execution is one of the reasons why a lot of good ideas fail, because you can have all the ideas, but if you're not able to put structure around it and get it rolling, then it fails. So, what does execution require? What would you say are the things that you need to have in place so that you can execute, or when you make up your mind you're going to do something, you'll be able to execute?
Okay. Dido, I'm happy you asked this question because execution seems to be a problem for most people. As for talking about the ideas, having the vision, you can easily share them. It's beautiful to dream. It's beautiful to talk about things. You can go to the boardroom and say so many flowery things. But the question is, who follows up? Who sees to it that things are done? Are the resources available? Who has to make them available? Who is in charge of what? So I think if you follow through and make follow-ups, you can ensure that execution takes place. And another thing too is planning. And by planning, you would have to be doing a lot of writing. If you take notes, if you keep a calendar, you have a reminder, you have to have a structure, some timetable, a map of a sort that guides you through. And then if you have somebody also checking in on you to see whether you've been able to meet a target or done something, at least it puts you in check. Other than that, you can never get anything done. You will start and, um, you will never end.
Right. How do you, on the road to executing, how do you deal with challenges? Like when things are difficult, when you don't see an end to the plan that you put together, what keeps you going to make sure that you get to the goal that you said?
I would say what keeps me going is the goal.
It's the goal.
So is the goal. If the goal is worth it, I'll go in for it.
Amazing.
If it's not worth it, it will slip through the cracks. But
Right. Okay.
it has to be something worth pursuing. Yeah.
So right from the start, it should be a goal that is worth
Yeah.
it. I like that. So you've worked in a corporate setting. You worked
Yeah.
in someone's business, and then now you came to found your own business. What would you say you have learned, or you, as a business owner, what have you learned that is different from working in employment?
Okay.
When you're in employment, there are some things you would never understand.
Yes.
It's only when you become a business owner that you learn those things.
Yes.
And what is it for you?
Okay. When you're a lawyer, most of the time you're looking at the legal side of things. You're looking at what the law says, and you are looking at the structure of following certain processes to just get things done. But when you become, or when you become an entrepreneur or you become a founder of a firm, you think differently. Now I understand my clients better. because you now understand why they are frustrated when cases are adjourned. You now understand how they're frustrated when they are calling and you're not answering your calls. At least you see things from the perspective of a business person, because everything is at stake. The person, their resources, cash flow, time, everything matters. And you even advise differently. You advise differently, Dedo. I remember sometimes we talk about cases delaying. I remember I was on this matter and my client was the judgment creditor. When we say judgment creditor, it means that the person won the matter, so the matter is in the person's favor, has won the case. Yes. And because there's money involved, so he was owing, no, a bank was owing our client. And we had judgment, wanted to go into execution, and there were filing processes here and there. Today you'd go to court, they won't come to court, they will bring a letter. And I was getting so frustrated at a point. So I expressed my frustrations to a friend, a lawyer, senior lawyer friend of mine. And he sat me down and said, Don't, I understand your frustrations, but relax. Pay attention to what is going on and learn from the process. You may need this someday. Dedo. Shortly thereafter, this same client, who was the judgment creditor and had won was a judgment creditor, was now a judgment debtor in another matter.
Case.
His company, he was a sole shareholder of a company, and the company was also owing a bank. So now the bank had attached the company, the factory, in fact, all the assets, because the money was quite huge, the tracts and everything. So he came to me, he was frustrated, he just didn't know what to do, because it's something that he's worked for so many years was just going to go down just like that. When he has money sitting somewhere because somebody else is frustrating him. So what did I do? I had to now employ the things that were being frustrated with to now help him in that other matter. We're not just filing processes to just drag the case unnecessarily. What I did was I use ways to just buy time, file processes to buy time. So we could talk to the lawyers and the bank on the other side to strike an arrangement with them. They allowed that they gave us a waiver over interest. They reduced the amount. They made some compromises, which was very, very good. And at the end of the day, my client was very happy. So in that instance, you see, delay has helped us.
Okay, so you
So
always
it was
which side of the coin?
But meanwhile, he was also frustrated on the other
On the
side.
other
But
side,
when the thing turned, and
Right.
it was so interesting that it was that same client.
Same
Yeah.
client.
So sometimes
That's an interesting lesson. So
yeah,
it's always perspective where
it
you
depends on
stand.
where you stand.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that's why they always say that we have to grant grace to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, one more thing around law. I know you've done a lot of constitutional cases. Is there any, or you've done a lot, anyone that you did that you would say this was very challenging, also rewarding, or very, like, which one case can you speak to?
Maybe the case against the General Legal Counsel.
When you say General Legal Counsel, what does that mean?
Yes, as the body that regulates legal practice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
for you to be able to become a lawyer.
Yes, and
Okay.
they are the ones when you become a lawyer, it's the General Legal Counsel that issues you the certificate.
Okay.
So it's a big body.
And you went against them.
And yes, and then on the council, I think at every given time, you have about 4 Supreme Court judges
Okay.
sitting on.
Now this is getting interesting.
It's a big council, general legal council. When you're a lawyer and you are asked to go and face general legal counsel, know that you have you really have
Wow.
to pray.
And you had a case with them.
I would say that it's my client.
Mhm.
So my client was Professor Kwekwasari, popularly known as Kwekwaza. Professor
Okay.
Azar.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Asasa.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Professor Kwekwa, not Ansasari.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Professor Kwekwa, yeah. So he was not happy with the way the General Legal Counsel was conducting interviews and law exams as a prerequisite before you can go into law school. And it wasn't what the law required at the time. So we went to court.
And did you win or lose?
So didn't you hear it in the news?
I just want to put it on record.
But the law students know.
No, so you won.
Yeah, so what happened was the court held that what the General Legal Counsel was doing was unconstitutional. So if they want to conduct exams and do interviews, they have to go to Parliament and get a law to back that. And so yeah.
Wow. See where I said that you look so unassuming, but there's a lion within you. I like that. I'm going to do what we call the red round. And this is where I ask you very short questions.
Okay.
Where you give me one word answers. But depending on what you say, I may ask you a follow-up question, right? Thank you. So I want you to tell me one word that defines your style of leadership.
One word?
Mhm.
Just one?
How many do you have?
One?
Mhm.
I'm an executor.
See? We had it in there, right? We got it right. You are an executor. Okay. Executor. One book you think everyone should read.
Oh, they do.
I actually like how you call me today. Just to put it on record.
I will. Anything from Captain Prince Amwabe, retired. Anything from Captain.
Okay.
I love all his books.
Why?
You see,
I love his books. I love him. He's an amazing man. I like the fact that he's using his story
Yeah.
to encourage other people and what he's doing.
Yeah, and I like the way he writes the stories, makes them so real.
Mm.
You can read his failures, the things that he was not proud about, he puts in there. You know, people love to color code.
Okay.
You know, people love to color code. And when I was reading his book, I knew he was telling the truth.
He was not color coded.
He wasn't color code because when I was at Bookman Amy's and Associates, I was assigned some debt recovery cases. So I was handling cases for Stanchart, for Merchant Bank, for SGSSB, and then UT Financial Services. So when I look at the issues we had, the difficulties and the challenges we were facing with executing judgments in court, even though we had judgments, but you go there and cannot find the person, so many things. And so when I was reading the book, I was more or less like reliving
what you
things I
had
had
worked on.
worked on. some years ago. So I know that no, what he's saying is what
It's
it
the real
is.
truth.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there you go. Make sure you read Captain Friends Kofi Amuaben's books. And he has
All of
three
he
now.
has three
Yeah,
now.
he
And I
has three
think
now.
he has to continue.
He has to continue writing them, right?
Captain, he has to continue.
I agree with you.
And then Dido, please let me cheat. You said one book.
But you want to add one more?
Yes.
Okay. I'll only take a few dollars for that. It's fine.
I have a book.
Oh, you have your book?
Yes, that'll be launched soon.
Okay.
It's a book on investment and business. So please watch out.
Okay. All right.
When
Okay.
it comes,
It comes
it
out,
must be read.
yes, of
I want people
course.
to read it.
We're going to splash it all over. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
See, so I mean we're not there, but we can actually add author to your name. That's amazing. Like, so you've put your writing skills and
Yeah.
also the knowledge into writing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see your book. One leader you admire.
One leader, Nelson Mandela.
No, why?
No, he had been through a lot, and seeing all the things that he went through, he comes back and it's as though nothing happened. His ability to bounce back and lead with such zeal and the heart. Because how many people can forgive being in prison for if you've been to prison? When we're in law school, one of the advantages that you have as a law student is you visit the prison. You go there, reason being you may end up being a judge. Of course, you'd be a lawyer. So when you are a judge, you end up as a judge or a lawyer, and you are telling people to go 10 years imprisonment, go for remand, go this.
You need to see.
You have an idea what it is you are putting people through. When you say go to prison for a day, you at least you should know what
it means.
the nature of the punishment, and then know whether it's befitting of the offense.
Okay. I want to digress a little bit because I wasn't, but what I know that like in prisons abroad, prisons almost become a corrective place.
Yeah.
What's the case for our prisons here? Do we have that kind of corrective setting in our prisons where people go in and they can either learn a skill or they are groomed such that they can hopefully come out and be better?
Okay, in our parts of the world, it's the numbers. You go to prisons abroad and one room, maybe you have about just 4 inmates. They have a big space to move around. But in our part of the world, it's different.
Right.
So
How many
one
people are there?
room, you can have a room having about a room meant for 4 people, housing about 50
how?
inmates. Yes.
Do they lie down on and sleep?
You lie down. When you get up to go and wee, by the time you come, somebody has.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes. It's that bad,
Wow.
It's that bad. So um
Can you build a private prison?
so efforts are still being made anyway. Maybe we should
Oh,
find
but
a
that's
way to
irrelevant.
reduce.
Is it possible to build a private prison?
We
so
should
that you
find a way to reduce crime. And since that may also be difficult, maybe what should happen is certain offenses shouldn't require prison or remand sentences. We can find other ways of punishing people without necessarily taking
This is interesting. This is quite interesting. Anyway, okay, tell us one habit that changed your life.
One habit.
Just one habit. One.
My attention to details.
Okay.
Or that would be a skill.
Well, it is still
Okay.
it's also a habit you build.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
One lesson you think everyone should learn, or since you're an entrepreneur, every entrepreneur should learn.
You listen. Should I say should be reliable?
You should be reliable.
Mm.
Okay. What's one investment every young professional should make? I think this one is right up your alley since we have an investment book coming up
One investment
that you think every young professional should make.
every young professional should buy my upcoming book.
Okay. And they would learn all the investment there is.
Yeah.
So she says you should learn. And one of the ways to learn is to buy her book. So do we have a title?
I'll shelve it for now.
Okay. All right. Just remember that Ofosua Amagyei is coming up with a book. Okay. My last question is in two parts. Your definition of success and your definition of happiness.
Okay, so yeah, I'll start with happiness.
Mhm.
I think being happy is being able to go to bed with clear conscience when you know you've made impacts on some people and you know that at least somebody is smiling because of you. I think that is happiness.
I like it. Clear conscience.
Yeah.
That's a good space to be in.
Yeah.
Not go to bed thinking you've done all these things. Go to bed with a clear conscience.
Yeah.
That's something I'm going to aspire to do. Okay. And your definition of success?
Success. Execution.
Execution.
Being able to execute.
Execute. Right, fine. Fantastic. So we are just wrapping up now. It's been such a lovely time talking to you, and I've learned so much. I mean, just having this conversation with you. I know we didn't say this, but on your profile, I know that you're doing a doctorate program. So I was tempted to call you doctor, but I tried not to. But when are we expecting to be able to use that title?
Before the end of the year.
Ooh, that's exciting. I mean, you've done so much. You've done
Thank
so
you.
much, and I am inspired. I'm inspired to not stop learning. So I'm going to wrap up with two questions. What are you proud of that doesn't show up on your CV? You know, when you're reading your CV, they read all these things and the school and the this and the that.
Okay.
But sometimes there are things that don't show on your profile, but in your quiet space, you are proud of
Okay.
that you have.
It's the impact.
And I know you have a foundation.
Yes. Yes. So it's the impact I think I've made on some people. So let me talk about the foundation and then I'll link it to why I'm saying so. I have Amagyei Foundation, which was set up to serve as the CSR wing of the law firm.
Okay.
So what we seek to do mainly is legal advocacy, empowerment, economic empowerment, and literacy trainings. And long before I set up the foundation, I used to go to churches. Churches would invite me, groups would invite me to come and share my knowledge on law to them. So when there's something on marriage, on land, I go and then teach the churches. And I do that for free. And my church, I remember I brought in trainers to train them on how to produce household consumable products so that those who are unemployed would get something to do. And that I did for free. So when I moved on, set up Amagyei, I still wanted to do more. I wanted to help people, this time people in my hometown. I wanted to help them, train them in household consumables, because there is very little in my hometown. I come from Achimase.
Achimase.
Yes, it's close to Kukrintumi
Okay.
and Tafo.
All right.
It's a beautiful town, but there's
So I
very
hear.
little development there. Very little development there. But the people are very hardworking, and the population, the young people there are a lot. And you go there, you can see if they had something to do, they would do, but the opportunities are not there. So I wanted to go and train them. So I said, okay, why don't I form a foundation and then bring all these pro bono things I've been doing? When I first became a lawyer, I registered with Legal Aid Commission. So they were assigning me cases to do on pro bono basis, just to help. I just wanted to learn the law. So
You took them up.
I took those matters up, and believe you me, they were a very good learning platform for me. Those cases really helped me. So I decided that I'll set up the foundation and then bring all these pockets of activities I've been doing together under one umbrella. I did that, and I've trained last year. So I think I trained about 80 women for free.
Great. Amazing.
And my foundation is affiliated to Ghana TV service.
Okay.
So when I do trainings, it's Ghana TV that audits that, Ghana TV that certifies everything. So when I do the training, they are awarded certificates from Ghana TV service. So
that's very impressive. Wow.
yeah, so it's people so you find people in the informal sector. So I'm going to link it to the impact. Because sometimes when I'm down, that is when I get text messages from some of these people thanking me that they're able to feed today because of me. You find a woman who has one of my trainees. She's only 47, but I think she has about 16 children. She's a single mother.
16.
Yeah. And through the trainings now, some people who are unemployed have trades to do, and others who were in other trades, but they realized it wasn't really forthcoming. Like people were not really patronizing much. They were not making money daily. Are now full-time producers of soap, of detergents and
Consumables.
Yeah, all those consumables. And they would send you text messages, some will call you. And those calls always come on days that I just feel like, oh, come on, what am I doing? Why am I worrying myself? Those are the days the text messages come and
It picks you up.
It's just, and it's one of the things that keeps me very motivated and pushes me to aspire and go for it. At least I know that somebody is going to bed smiling because of
you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And kudos to you. Keep going.
Thank you.
And keep impacting.
Thank you, Dedo.
So we'll close with a one-liner from you. What would you tell if you had to leave one line in your executive diary for the next generation? What would it be? Just one line, a sentence. What would it be? One line for the next generation.
Oh, okay. One line. Just make sure you make an impact. Don't just pass through the world. Make an impact and ensure that, as you said, one line.
Yes.
Okay. Let your impact live after you.
Let your impact live after you. On that note, Ofosua, thank you so much. Dr. Incoming Dr. Ofosua Amagyei.
Yes, you got it right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
you.
And thank you for joining us for today's Red Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.